Hey Instagram, how's it going? It's Tara, it's the Friday takeaway. I hope you're all in good form. It's, as I said, Friday, I said that again. It feels good. I love when Friday comes around. There's a real end to the week. And for many, running a small business and doing all the things, it means diddly squat sometimes, like, because you have to do a few bits on a Saturday. You might take all a Sunday off, but you're always kind of thinking about stuff. But what we try and strive for is having our precious downtime as well, which may feel counterproductive, but actually it's really, really good for you to actually take a break. So on that note, happy Friday. I hope you're all great. Today I'm so excited, and I have to do this first. This is in honor of Danielle. Hang on. Because I was going through old footage inside the biscuit factory. Danielle was brilliant at coming in with her cuppa in the morning, chatting to us like about her journey and what she was up to. She was brilliant at doing that. I miss her head. And I wanted to just do that to go happy tea. So I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to hop in. I can see Danielle is in there already. I'm just going to tell you a little bit what we're going to talk about today, which I'm really excited to get Danielle in to share her journey with you guys, and to highlight her incredible products. Like, I'm just on her website again there now. I was drooling over them last night going, I need this soap. Like, spiced latte body scrub bar. I mean, delicious or what? Like, and she's so many amazing soap products, but not just soap products. Like, there's plastic free nail brush, a wooden plastic free nail brush. I can't say this to Danielle, you laugh at me now. Diatomite soap dish. Anyway, she'll explain all that stuff to you. But you should check her site out. Naturally at the Wren's Nest. Amazing natural products that will just make you feel so luscious and smell so luscious. I love her stuff. So Danielle's going to come on to us in a second and talk about her journey from kitchen table, which she did for a long time, to now having an amazing studio in Abbey Leaks, and also having a creative space for other creative people that want to run workshops, which is a big thing for Danielle as well. And they have that space down in Abbey Leaks as well, if people want to use it for workshops. So there's a huge, which she runs workshops as well. So there's a huge variety with Danielle, and she's going to share her story with us. And I know it will inspire a lot of you guys that are perhaps sitting at your kitchen table with your products and with your ideas and wondering, will this ever happen to me? And what do I need to do to actually make it happen? And it's lovely to listen to people that have already gone before you in a way that will inspire you, that will make it accessible, that it's not just for them over there, that regular normal people around us in our communities are doing this stuff. And remember, gang, everyone starts from the kitchen table, or in a very small way. Everybody, or the garage, or wherever it is, everyone starts. You have to start somewhere. So what and how did Danielle go from there to this amazing studio and a thriving brand and business that she's created, all on her own? With the support of so many different people, but she's the real driver with this one. So before Danielle comes on, I'm just going to get Danielle to come on now in a second. I just want to share with you one thing really that I'm really excited about. The biscuit factory is opening the cart is opening on Monday to Friday. So if you want to hop on the wait list, click the link in the bio. If you haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, go to the link in the bio. There's a page that will fill you in on what the biscuit factory is. But if you're looking for support, if you want to grow your business, if you're sick of being overwhelmed and you want to be kept accountable on what to do next, then you really need to pay attention to this. To anybody that's watching or watching the replay that is on the waitlist already, and there is a lot of people on the waitlist already, you guys are going to get an email in an hour, because you can come in early. You can grab and secure your seat, because there are limited seats for this round, and I'm excited to send that to you. So if you want to be on that wait list, click the link in the bio and get your name on that wait list. Okay, gang. that's what's happening in biscuit world. So now I'm going to say hi to a few people, but I want to quickly get Danielle. I'm mad to see Danielle's head. Like, oh my God, I miss it so much. Jeannie Mac. Hey, Marina. Hey, Anna Dorado. Hey, Karen Hickey. How's it going? Hey, Yasmina. Hey, Siobhan. Hey, The Craft Box. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Leanne. Yasmina says, hi, beautiful, happy Friday. Hi, Yasmina, lovely to see you. Hey, Marie Claire, Snuggy Babog. Oh, I love your new, you're doing really great images there. I was watching the other day. Well done. Hey, Bridie's Wine Chats. How's it going? Lovely to see you. Hey, Violet. Hey, Sheena. How's it going? Lovely to see you guys in. There's a load of you coming in there now. Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to get her nibs in. Her nibs with a cup of tea. I wonder will she have a cup of tea? I don't know, will she? Anyway, we'll get Danielle in to share her story with you guys, and questions or comments, please hit us in the chat box, and no doubt you will. And it's lovely to see there she is. I knew you'd have her. I was actually crying, almost crying the other night, going like, there she is, look at her thing coming in. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm grand, girl. I'm grand. I'm excited about today. It's so lovely to see your head. Like, it's so lovely to see you, Danielle.
I know it's been too long, hasn't it? It's been way too long.
Yeah, I know. But sure, look, if that's life, isn't it?
I know. We need a big get together of all the bickies and everything very soon.
Definitely, Jeannie Mac, we so need it. Like, I can just feel Violet going, come on, we have to have it.
I was talking to her, she was here the other day and we were saying it.
Yeah, definitely. Now we're definitely on that now. Once the school things all calm down, Danielle, it's so mad, isn't it, going back to the routine with everything, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mental.
Do you find as well with the business, like, because I know you have a studio, so it must have been through lockdown quite challenging for you not to have that space. Like, what was that like?
I was lucky. We were out of the studio for maybe 2 months. And then because I work on my own, there's nobody else, Niamh has a room in there and I'm in here. So I was able to come in and still make soap and still do all that. So I had the space. But the challenge obviously was then, because it's just me and Ella at home. So it was juggling her and, trying to drag her in here to do jobs for me. But sure, she had no interest for most of the time. So yeah, it was a juggle. It was a juggle and it wasn't easy. But I feel very lucky that I was able to come in here every day and work. That's like a gift.
I know, and such an amazing space. If anyone is around, like Abby, like, you have to visit Danielle's space.
I know, we're so lucky. We're so lucky. Every day I come in the front door, I literally say, oh, thank you to whoever's listening, because it's just such a lovely space to be in, and it's just such a lovely old building to work in. It's got big high ceilings and big huge sash windows. Like, it's been around for hundreds of years, so it's just the most gorgeous place to work. Most gorgeous place.
But it wasn't always like that, Danielle.
Oh God, no.
Because and I remember it well, inside the factory, you were on that kitchen table working your heart off, girl.
And I live in a tiny little 2-bedroom cottage. So I literally had about this much space, like literally a tiny kitchen table. Our kitchen is like a little galley kitchen, so there's no space in it. And I was doing that from there for, gosh, I made my first bar of soap in the summer of 2016, and I moved in here in 2019. So for 3 years I was working from home. No, it was even later, was it? We're in here 2 years this month. In this studio space. So it was crazy. I don't know how I did it. When I look back now, I think, but then I suppose I wasn't as busy. I was just starting out, so I wasn't making the same quantities and stuff. But it was hard, because you have to clear away the table to make the dinner, and for Ellis to do her homework when she came in from school, and like literally that was it. It was literally a small little kitchen table where everything happened. And your whole life gets consumed with it then, because it's all your supplies and everything are in the house, and you're in a tiny cottage trying to find space for stuff. It was mental. When I look back now, I don't know how I got through it. I really don't.
And it's funny, when you come out the other end, you don't realise how mental it was, or the stress that you're under as well when you're in it. Like, it's only when you get to the other side. But I think the key, and just from watching you go through your journey, I feel like there's so many people that are at that stage, Danielle, that are at their kitchen table right now. Like, and I know you were frustrated, but it didn't stop you. And I think that's a big learning, isn't it? Not to let it stop you move forward, like if that's what you want.
Yeah, and I think as well, I mean, the first thing I thought of when you asked me about, you know, top tips for getting from there to here, the first thing is have a goal. That was the first thing. The only thing I wanted when I started making soap first was to have an extra few quid, because I was working part-time because I'm a single mother, so I wanted to be at home with Ella. So I was working part-time and I wanted the money for those extras like holidays and things like that. So that was literally my very basic goal at the beginning, was make some extra money, you know, and literally I started doing that. And I remember being away with my cousin and meeting a friend of hers, you know her, Caroline from Cork, Caroline Faherty. And it was Caroline who put me on to Bite the Biscuit. Thank you, Caroline. She told me, I had literally just started making soap, and I brought some soap on holidays to share with the girls. And she was like, oh my God, this is amazing. You need to get onto this group. And she was telling me all about it. So literally when I came home from holidays, I went in to Bite the Biscuit and I signed up, and I was kind of like, geez, there's like all these people that are creative, making stuff at home, just like me, you know. And then you start to think, okay, so these people are making money out of this, these people are making a living, not everybody, but everybody's wanting the same thing, to make extra money. And it was like, gosh, maybe there's something bigger in this, maybe there's other possibilities. So the initial goal suddenly becomes, okay, so I'm making a bit of extra money, maybe I can make an extra bit of money again to put aside for the emergencies. And, you know, it literally becomes the next goal, the next goal. And that's key. I think you have to have some sort of purpose. I think if you're sitting at the table making and you don't know what you're making for, sure, you wouldn't keep doing it. You couldn't. Your brain would just lose interest. Your soul would just be drained from you. You know, you have to have the goal of something, and it changes all the time. Now my goal is so much bigger, because I just want to be the soap queen of Ireland. It's gone from making, you know, soap to go on holidays to, you know what, actually this could be something, and let's, you know, push it. I never wanted to be the person who was in all the shops. That was never me from day one. And I heard you talking about this during the week, about what success is like for everybody. Success was never, I never wanted to be so big that it was taking me out of my house or out of my, you know, I just wanted to be working at something I loved and have time for the good stuff. So I never wanted to be in all the shops, but that doesn't mean your goal can't change. I still don't want to be in all the shops, but I do want to be the first person everybody thinks about when they think about natural soap in Ireland. You know, so your goal changes slightly all the time, but I think it's key to have one.
I think that's such an important point, and so smart, like that. They do change as you grow as a person, but for momentum, that starting point of, why am I making the soap on the kitchen table? Why is Ella picking soap out of her pasta going, what's that, man? Like, what's that about? Like, you know what I mean? So, and you're so right, Danielle. It's that almost purpose of why I'm doing it. But not to think, and it's okay if it's just that, and it stops at that. And you revisit and it's still what you want. That's okay too. I feel sometimes people think that there's a pressure, well, if I succeed at this level, I have to want to go to the next one. Isn't there that kind of...
And it was one of the key things I learned from you when I was in the biscuit factory. I remember doing the foundation course with you back at the beginning, and one of the key things, one of the first things you asked us was, what does success look like for you? And it's so different for everybody. So different. I want to be able to take a day off, if I want to take a day off, and go and sit in the flipping woods under a tree for 4 hours, if that's what mood comes over me, which regularly does. But that's success to me. It's not being in all the shops. It's not having hundreds of thousands in the bank. That was never it for me. So it's very important to know what your success is, because otherwise you don't have anything to be kind of aiming for. It's a bit aimless.
And there's no motivation then, It's very hard to get motivated when you don't have anything to work towards, like very hard. But that's cool. And come here. So you were then at the kitchen table, you were making, you were going, geez, I'm pretty good at this. Like, people are loving what I do. At what point did you decide, okay, I need to up my game. I need to, because I know the big one for you was quitting your part-time job, that security blanket. And that's a real game changer, isn't it? Because in one way, oh crap, I'm losing that income. But in the other way, my whole focus is on my business. Like, it's really hard to make that switch.
And that was a really tough year. And the reason, and it's the second thing on my list about what you need to do to get from A to B, is to surround yourself with the right people, and surround yourself with the kind of people that inspire you, that lift you up, that make you feel good about what you do. And Bite the Biscuit was that for me, because I met people in there that did all those things for me. So when I came out of work at the end of, it was 2018, I'd been making soap for a year and a half. I came out of work one day and literally I was so busy with the soap stuff. I was still working. I was still trying to run the house in Ella. And I remember well the day I came out and I sat in the car and I did a live video into the biscuit factory and I just cried. I was just like, I never forget it, because it was the changing point. I was just like, I don't know what to do. This is all, it's too much. I got to crack. And I was like, I think it's time to just stop the job. And I literally, the support from the people in the factory and in Bite the Biscuit after that was incredible. People just went, they didn't tell me, oh yeah, quit your job. Some people did, but most people said, just listen to your gut, listen to what that's telling you, and you know the answer. And I knew it before I even did that video. I knew it was time, because I knew that if I didn't leave the day job, I was going to have a breakdown, and it was too much. And if I'm not around, then nothing happens. Exactly. But it was having the right people around me to go, okay, this is what you need to do. Bum, bum, bum. Like you're very practical. You need to have a plan. You need to do it. I went in literally 2 days later and I handed in my notice, and in January of 2019, which was when we had the big biscuit Christmas party, I had literally just left my job and I was like, oh, holy crap. And you know what? It was amazing, but it was also terrifying. And it was the hardest year. Those first 7 or 8 months, oh my God, I went to bed so many nights crying myself to sleep. There was so many months where the money wasn't there for the mortgage and you have to ring the bank and go, oh, like it was awful, but it was also the most free and the most, myself I ever felt, because I was following my dream and I was doing what I actually wanted to do. But it was only because I had the right support and the right people around me. God, I've made friends in the biscuit community that are lifelong people. They're the people, they're my go-to people. Those people. I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine years ago, and she's saying, who's your in case of emergency person? Who's the person you pick up the phone to if something really awful happens? And I'm on my own. I don't have a partner. So those people are people I met in the biscuit community. Like they're literally, it's incredible. And those people that you don't have to explain yourself to. Yeah. You can just say whatever's in your head and they go, okay, yeah, maybe that's not the best idea, or it's amazing, or but they're those people that you don't have to explain yourself to. And I'm very, very lucky that I've got those people in my life that I've met from the biscuit community, and I've got a couple outside as well. Like I have a couple of cousins that are just amazing, and you have to have those people around you, because if you don't, then you'll feel like you're doing it on your own. And nobody can do it on their own. Nobody. So I think that's key. And it's wherever you find those people. For me, it was in Bite the Biscuit. But whether it's in, a group in your community, or whether it's somebody who lives next door to you. I mean, I was so lucky with the girl that I share the studio space with, Neve Riley. She's a milliner. And Neve, our daughters were in school together, and I never knew Neve. And one day we met. This is going back 2 years ago, out walking in the woods in the village. And we just started chatting. And within 3 months, we were moving in here. It was literally, meeting those people that just get you, that you don't have to explain yourself to, that you can say, I have this idea of a creative space where people just come together and they're just doing workshops or they're being creative. And you can say that to somebody and they go, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And you're like, what? You mean you're not?
Exactly. And if you don't have those people in your life, it's so hard to do anything. You know, I really feel for people that don't have those people.
Yeah.
I think we're very lucky as creative people that creative people are very open to that, and they're very open to meeting a random person on the street and clicking with them and going, oh my God, you are now my new best friend. We're just lucky because that's how our brains work. But you have to have those people around you. To get from the kitchen table into the studio here, I could not have done that without those people. I actually get quite emotional thinking about it.
I know, but it's a huge part, Danielle, isn't it?
Oh, it's massive. It's
and
massive.
I don't think people talk about it enough, how important it is, because at the end, especially for creatives, because we're so emotionally driven with what we do and attached to it, like that having, and I think the big thing as well, and I think you really hit the nail on the head, when you're talking to other people in different industries and you're talking about your ideas of this and this and this, they look at you going, and you're going, and then you start doubting the vision and the ideas. Am I being a twat? Like, oh God. And then when you meet someone that you align to, oh my God, that's a brilliant idea. I was thinking that last night too. What? Yay! I mean, it changes everything.
It's lonely if you don't have those people that reach you in that way, you know, because a lot of creative people and a lot of people that, you know, like me and you, that work on our own because we run our own businesses, we don't have people working with us necessarily. You're on your own a lot. If you don't have those people to bounce stuff off, you'll so quickly just go, oh no, this is crap, what I'm doing is crap, I shouldn't be doing this, I'll go back to the day job. And I very probably would have ended up there if I didn't have those people around me. It's so important.
And I think you're right. And I think as well, just like you said, you know, and for anyone that's thinking about quitting their 9-to-5 or transitioning from part-time to head ho with their business, or even going part-time, there is a tough period of transition really from that, Danielle. And what I see a lot is people quit in that transition period. So that's where your support network really, it's like scaffolding to get you over the hump.
Literally. Because it's not easy. You lose that security. That's the biggest thing. And for me, as the only person in the house who pays the bills, like, it all fell on me. So I had to do it. But if I had gone 6-7 months and I wasn't making money, I would have very easily gone back to the day job if I didn't have those people saying to me, hang on now, look, you've got all these things in place. It is working. It is building. You know, there's a little bit more there every month. And you need those people around you, because even though you can see it yourself, you start to doubt yourself. You know, the 3rd month in the row that there's no money for the mortgage. I was literally like that. I was going into bed at night going, what am I going to do? But then I'd get up the next morning and I'd pick up the phone to one of the girls, and it was like, okay, I feel better after that.
Just get it out.
It'll be okay. You absolutely, you can't, no man is an island. You can't do it on your own.
That's right.
You know, you can't. You need to have those people wherever you find them. You need to have those people around you that are support. And I don't mean that your family aren't support, because they're support in a different way. I mean, God, our family have been through so much in the last few years, and they're amazing, and I love them dearly. But I think a lot of them probably don't get what I do, or they don't get the way my mind works. So they're support in a different way. You need to have creative people in your little support group. You need to have those people who get how your brain works, you know.
Definitely. It's such an important point. What else do you have, Danielle, as a tip? Do you have another few tips?
The other thing that I thought, and I suppose this wasn't as important for me in the initial stages, but definitely as my business started to develop a little bit, it became more important. And it was, allow yourself time to be still and to be in the moment. And however you find that, for me, it's sitting under a tree for 4 hours in the woods, or in the last year in particular, I've taken up meditation. I meditate every day. And I've also been listening to really motivational podcasts. I'm fucking loving Oprah at the moment, and all the people she talks to. And I've literally been listening to that kind of stuff for the last 12 months. And you can't but be inspired by that. But I think it's really important to give yourself time to just step away from whatever it is you're doing and just be quiet. Because that's when the gold comes. You know, I thought initially I had to work every hour of every day because I was and you kind of do at the beginning because you're building all the time. But then last year, the year before, I decided after Christmas I was going to take the month of January off, and I was really scared because I was like, geez, nobody will come back and buy something if I'm gone for a month, and nobody will remember me, and you know, God, there'll be no money coming in, so what will I do? But I figured I needed to do it because I was so exhausted, and I took that month. And I didn't post on social media, and I didn't work as such. I came in an odd time, but I didn't work on my business. I just hung out. I caught up with friends. I spent a lot of time sitting in the woods. I love being outside. So just sitting in my garden, listening to the bees and crap like that, you know, or sitting in my garden when it's raining and being wrapped up and just sitting. And it's very hard to do that as a creative person because our minds are like this all the time. There's always stuff. But that month was pure gold. And it doesn't have to be a month. It can be a day. It can be a week. It can be 10 minutes in the morning before everybody else in the house gets up. I started to do that. I get up early so that I can meditate for 20 minutes. I'm not sitting like Zen with my fingers and my legs crossed and everything. I'm literally sitting in my armchair under a blanket, nice and comfy, just clearing my mind for 20 minutes. And you need to do that because that's when this good stuff comes in. If you don't give yourself time to be quiet, some people it's going for a run, you know, or going for a swim, or it's, you know, everybody has their own way of swimming, but you have to find time to do that because if you don't, you get overwhelmed. And then everything starts to fall apart. You can't think clearly. You can't make decisions. You find yourself, you know, you're trying to decide on a gift box and you've got 10 pages open and you just can't pick one. Decision because you're so overwhelmed with all this stuff. So you have to find time in your day or in your week, however it works for you. You have to find time just to be still and to be quiet, because that's when the good stuff comes into your head and it just gives your soul a chance to just be. It's so important. It's so important to just be in the moment. And I'm working on that. That's been my thing for the last year. I'm really working on trying to be more present. And, you know, and I read something the other day from David G. He's a big meditation teacher in the States. And he just said this one line. And I thought it was like one of those aha moments. It's just like, oh my God, that's it. He said, meditating regularly means that life comes at you in slow motion. And I thought that's exactly what it is. Because when you meditate regularly, it can be 10 minutes in the morning. You're just slowing everything down in your body. All the stress and all that is all slowed down. So that when stuff comes at you, the good stuff and the bad stuff, it's coming at you at less speed. So you're able to process it. So you've got some big crisis happens in work and something doesn't arrive that's meant to, and you've got somebody waiting on it. Instead of going into a blind panic, it just gives you a minute to take a breath and go, okay, it's not the end of the world. We can fix this. And I find that's what it does for me. And I would be a very manic person.
But that's brilliant to find your thing, isn't it?
But that's it.
Whatever
and
it looks like.
You have to find whatever it is, whether it's, you know, journaling or whether it's just painting for an hour or whatever it is, you have to find that time to be quiet because we need it.
And as because your business is thriving, like you're so busy. I mean, I love watching your posts on those big, huge vats of soap, and oh my God, they look so delicious. You just want to eat them, like, you know. But it's just amazing to see the the journey from
I know.
small batches to now those huge batches of product that you're so on, like, you know, and it's just so amazing to see it, Danielle.
I know, and you know what? I don't take it for granted for a second, because I know, and you know, that's what I love Facebook for, the memories that pop up. You know, your memories from 4 or 5 years ago, and you're looking at the things you were doing, and you're going, "Oh my God, did I actually put stuff out like that? Or, you know, was I really doing that?" And it reminds you of how far you've come. And I know it every day. I thank the universe for how lucky I am that I get to come into a place and do what I get to do every day. And I don't ever take it for granted. And I think that's important. You have to give yourself time to just appreciate what you're doing and what you have, because you'll get there. If it's what you're meant to be doing, and if it's what you really believe in and what you really, really want to do, then you'll get there. You'll get there. Just make sure you have the right people around you to support you, because you won't get there on your own.
It's so hard on your own. And the Crafty Box was saying, can we ask questions at the end? Flake away with the questions, gang. We're here to help in any way. If you want to ask Danielle anything, I can pull them up. There's no panic. I love that, and I just love that, you know, you're just so honest with your stuff as well, Danielle, on how you work, and you're so helpful as well. And I know, like, people that you can't do them now. I don't know when they're coming back, your workshops, but you love people, and you love those live workshops that you do in your beautiful space, and it's a real experience for people, isn't it? Like, to go down and learn about the natural way, you know, and I'm sure even over the last year, all the learning that you've been on, you're going to share that with your workshop people too. No doubt there'll be the conversations and the reference points.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I do workshops for myself more than I do for the people that are coming to them, because I get so much out of them. There's just something about getting a group of people together that are into the same stuff and want to be learning about, whether it's we're doing, you know, what herbs to pick when, or whether it's how to make your potions or your soap, or whatever it is. All those people are there because they want to be there. So everybody's of the same mindset. So, like, being in a room with people like that, it's just amazing. You get such a buzz off it, and there's so much energy, and women are fantastic. You put a group of women together in the right space, and I know Violet talks a lot about the sewing circles of years ago, where the women used to come together to sew. It's the same idea. It's putting women together in the space where you're just sitting around chatting. You're just having the crack. You know, it's incredible. I can't wait to do them again. I think it'll probably be realistically next year. I
was wondering, when you'll be able to start them again.
I would say so. It's getting into super busy time now, getting ready for Christmas. So realistically, I'd say it'll be. And I want to be able to do them properly too. You know, I don't want people coming in having to wear masks and only have 3 people in. And, you know, you want to do it properly. So I'd say realistically it'll be next year before that happens.
That's something to look forward to then.
Exactly. Exactly. You know? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Louise said my volume is so low. Oh, can you hear me, Dan? Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Thanks, Louise, for that. So, lads, if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments, because we're coming to the end of. Oh, there she is. Okay, the Crafty Box says, "Hi, how do you deal with people copying your work? I've had it happen to me twice." Siobhan, hey Siobhan.
Yeah, Siobhan, it's a big thing, and especially what I do, I make soap. There's soap makers coming out of the woodwork in Ireland, across the board. It's fantastic, because it means that, you know, it's something that people, it's an old craft. It's great to see people coming back to it, but I think you have to switch off from that. What I do, nobody else does. It's that simple. What you do, what you make, Siobhan, nobody else does, because it's you putting yourself into your work, and you can get so hung up, and I did, believe me, I did, looking at other people's stuff and what other people are doing, and oh my God, they're selling it for this price and I'm doing it for this, or they're making 10 soaps and I'm only making 5, or whatever it is. There'll always be people that you compare yourself to, or that you can compare yourself to, or people that will copy you. You can't control that. I've had that. I've had somebody make my soaps. I've had somebody call them the same things, use the same blends. I've actually stopped looking at any of that stuff, because the only person that gets upset by that is you. if they aren't creative enough to be original enough to make their own stuff, you've just got nothing to worry about. They'll make the same as your, say, for example, the coffee soap you were talking about earlier, the spice latte. Somebody will come along, they'll get the ingredients, they'll make it, but they'll only make that. They won't have the creativity to make anything else. And they're not me. I put my heart and soul into everything I make. I do not make soap if my head is not in the right place. So I'm literally putting all my energy into it. So nobody else can recreate that. And nobody else can do it for you either, Siobhan. Whatever you're doing, it's just you that's making it. You have to blinker yourself a bit to what other people are doing, because there's lots of people out there. Thank God, being creative, it's fantastic. There's so many creative people there, but you'll always find somebody who's doing something similar, but they're not you.
I love that, and
close your eyes to it, because the only person that's going to get annoyed is you, and it's just, you have to close your eyes to it.
And it stops creativity.
Yes.
It stops you focusing on the right thing.
Exactly.
If you focus on it, it feeds your mental state in a negative way, and that ruins the whole thing. So I definitely agree with Danielle there. Like, put blinkers on. You know, be mindful that all you can control is your own stuff. And when people copy you, and they will, that it's called business. It happens to everybody across the board. Your job is to be the best. Is to get in, be innovative, launch new things, get your brand message out there, get better images, get Anna Dorado in to take images of your work, like, you know, be the best. And that's all you focus on, right? Because
it's so true.
It's so true, isn't it?
We all go through it. We all get caught up, and everybody has a period where they just become so focused on what everybody else is doing. But then you kind of realize after a while, well, while I was worrying about them, I could have been doing that, and now I have to, you know, it's just close your eyes to it. And what I do on my Instagram is I literally have it so curated at this stage that I just have stuff coming up on my page that inspires me, that either inspires me or makes me laugh or just makes me feel good. I'm not going to put somebody up there. I'm not going to follow somebody on Instagram that's making the same stuff as me or that's copying my work or whatever. I do follow soap makers. There are people, especially in the States, who I aspire to being, you know, like them. And I follow those because they inspire me. So that's why they come up on my feed. But you have to very much just, put the blinkers on.
That's great advice. So Siobhan, this. Right, so OC Wood Turning, how's it going? So hi,
hey Paddy.
Any plans to have the soap ends sample pieces for sale as gift set continuously?
They won't be continuously, but they will be back for Christmas.
So explain what that is, because
I did this just a couple of weeks ago. So when I'm cutting my big blocks of soap that I make, there's always these little slices that come off the end that don't make a full bar of soap. So I put them all together, and I had boxes with like loads of little sample ends. And I had enough of ends to put together a good few soap boxes or gift boxes. So I put them up last week, and literally within 50 minutes they were all gone. I was like, okay, this is something I need to be, this is where you need to be listening to your customers. I'm listening, Paddy. I thought, okay, people want smaller slivers of soap. So I'll be putting together a set for Christmas that will have 8 little half-size bars of soap with a soap dish and a soap bag. So they'll be coming, Paddy. Keep your eyes on the website. They're on the way.
Good man, Paddy, for highlighting that. Now we'll all be like watching. Finish, Danielle. Happy Heart High, says, love that. Be the best. Do you? Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Anna Dorado. Lol, thanks. Photos. What a great chat to listen to. Thanks, Anna. Lovely to see you on the call. Siobhan says, another Siobhan with the same problem. Great answer. Thanks. And here's the thing. All of us experience it, and you will, and especially as you grow. And you know, sometimes I think, what a great compliment.
Yes.
And my marketing is working because more people are seeing my stuff. So it's all mind frame, isn't it?
Yeah, it's literally, it's changing how you look at things and just seeing these things as an opportunity to do something different or talk about it. You know, I mean, from day one, it was a conscious decision at the beginning that I was going to be very much when I would be on Instagram that I would put everything out there. So I share my life. It's not just what I make. I share about home and Ella and the garden and the forest and all. But that was a conscious decision that I would share all that to let people in, because when you do that, you open yourself to people having a dig at you maybe, or, you know, seeing more of you so that they can, you know, whatever. But you have to close yourself to that. You can only, as that comment just said, just do you. Yeah. That's all you can do. There's nobody else out there like me.
It's so, and that's the thing. How am I going to stand out from everybody else doing the same thing? You already are. It's
exactly.
You, like, you're
yeah.
it, like.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Important. Danielle, there's so much gold there, Jeannie Mac, like there's just, and it's just so lovely, well, to see your head again. And it's just so lovely, I think, for people to listen to someone that's actually now stepping into her dream of what you always wanted to do. And I just think that's amazing. And you're in it. Like, how does it feel on the other side?
It feels bloody amazing. It really does. You know, and it's been a tough couple of years personally. We've had stuff going on in the family that's been really hard, and we lost my dad recently, and, you know, it's been really difficult personally, but also it's been a time where I've never felt more myself or more alive or more appreciative of everything. Even COVID, it was awful, it was horrible, but it was also a bloody great time to be a soap maker. You know, and my business grew massively in that time. And having my own business meant that I was able to give more time to family when we needed to. So, you know, it feels amazing. I know how lucky I am, and I would want it for anybody that's watching and anybody that has a creative business to be in that space where when you wake up in the morning, I'm not saying it's easy, it's freaking not. I'm heading into 50 and menopause and all that crack, and there's days where you just want to, oh my God, there's days when you want to just tear your hair out. But I also know how bloody lucky I am. I get to come in here every day and fill the shelves with soap, and I get to hang out with amazing people, and I get to just surround myself with the stuff that I love. And I know how lucky I am. It feels bloody amazing.
And that's how you can feel if you're thinking about it and you're at the kitchen table. It is possible. It's not for other people out there. It's not for people with a sugar daddy or a sugar mommy or whatever. Yeah. It's not. And you can do it. Like, you just need, as Danielle said, the right support, the right mindset and framework, and to know it is difficult, but it is so doable. And it's getting through that hustle.
Yeah, it is. It is hard. Yeah, it is hard. That's one thing I would definitely say. It wasn't easy, and I wasn't exaggerating when I said there was money at the end where there was no money in the bank. Yeah. But all that stuff makes you more appreciative of it when it does arrive. That's you know, when you get to this point, that's why I appreciate it. I don't take for granted that the money is there to pay the mortgage every month. Yeah. And it just makes everything better. You know, they always say it. It's, if you listen to anybody talking about it, you come through the hard stuff stronger. Yeah. And just more appreciative, and you appreciate your life, and you appreciate everything more. It just makes it makes it all better. I think if you've had to work for it, and you've had, you know, it's not been an easy road, it just makes everything better.
I totally agree. It's like the cherry on the cake, and
Yeah.
Patricia says, love your soaps, Danielle. Thought I didn't like patchouli, and then found myself jumping into the shower with your patchouli soap. It's beautiful. That's
delighted.
So listen, I know you're busy, and I know you're mad there in your studio doing loads of stuff. I just want to say a huge thank you, Danielle, for sharing that with everyone today. And we're going to send this out on email, and I know it'll inspire so many people who are possibly stuck at that kitchen table and they can't seem to even be motivated by a possibility of what can happen. And I think that's a really important message, that if you are smart with where you go and who you listen to and who you surround yourself with, and believing in yourself and what you do, like, you know, and it is difficult, but it's accessible, and it's not as for other people as you might think.
Absolutely. And the worst thing that can go wrong is it doesn't work out.
And then At least you
And
tried.
then, you know, then you might, in the middle of it not working out, something else might happen that just takes you on another road. And it's all, we only get one run at it, so just make the most of it.
That's right, Danielle. I love that. Oh, I can't wait
So
to
lovely
see you in
to
the
see
flesh.
you. Yeah, it was so lovely to catch up. It's been too bloody long.
I know, girl. I know. We'll make it all happen. We'll make it all happen soon.
Yes, we will.
So listen, thanks to everyone for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, hit us in the comments. Let us know what you think. And if you have any struggles with that, remember the Biscuit Factory is opening for new students on Monday till Fridays, and we won't be open again till March 2022. So if you want to help with your creative business, it's a great place to start.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Danielle. I really appreciate hopping on, and have a lovely, lovely weekend, and say hi to Ella.
You too. Bye.
Okay, love. Bye. Bye-bye.